How's it going, everybody? I just want to make a quick little Thai language tip video for those of you that have been following along with these Thai reading lessons. There's been a few little things that I guess I've gleaned over the years that I just want to share with some of you. This is not obviously groundbreaking or anything like that, but I do hope it will help you as you continue along in your Thai studies. First thing I wanted to say, as you're learning to read and write and speak Thai, especially early on, is to write out the entire alphabet. I know different people have different styles of learning, but again, this is just coming out of my own experience. I found that early on when I started writing out the Thai alphabet, so once you memorize it from Gokkai to Hanakuk, so all 44 characters there, I would encourage you to just start writing it out. And if you can honestly do that, let's just say every day or maybe multiple times a week, it will be really hard to forget. Okay, so that consistency in writing it out will really just aid you in the long run with getting super familiar with these characters. And that's honestly, this is something I don't do this every day, but it's something that I've been learning Thai for about 8 years, and this is something that I still do from time to time. And I have found it helpful just to get really familiar. Just again, over and over and over, the repetition is going to be really helpful. Because if you let's just say like I stopped writing it for, I mean at this point I don't know how long it would take me to forget, but especially early on, if you just don't write it out, it's really going to be harder, I think, to keep up with and to remember, bring to memory. So I would just encourage you in that. And then also, there's other, if flashcards are helpful, for me, I had a poster board that I wrote out all the vowels on early on and just kept it in my room and just got used to, seeing what the vowels looked like and practicing them. So that's another thing that I would encourage you in if you would find that helpful. The second thing is to read out loud. So as you're learning how to read, it's easy just to kind of switch to silent reading and not, because the pronunciation is difficult, it may feel awkward, but I think the more that you can more that you can say it out loud, the more that you can read out loud, the stronger your pronunciation is going to get over time. So I think even for me, this is something I still do. I don't know that everything I read out loud, obviously, but I do try to read things out loud. So not only am I getting the the understanding, the grasp of what the Thai is saying, but that I'm also, hopefully working on my speaking ability at the same time. So that way, when you go out and actually talk to Thai people, you will have been practicing by yourself already. So again, it's not everything. It's not going to solve every problem, but it will, I think, it aids you in getting a stronger, clearer pronunciation over time. Okay. And the next thing I would say, and this is a little bit more general Thai learning than just learning how to read, but I do find this one probably is more helpful in the long run as well, is memorizing phrases or writing out phrases when you're studying Thai just over individual words. I think sometimes as non-native speakers, we try to get really creative and take a new word and try to put it in a sentence that we made up, and it tends to not be natural or just tends to be wrong because, again, we're not familiar with Thai idiom, just the way that words are used within certain contexts. And so, if possible, I would encourage you to try to learn phrases over just individual words. Early on for me, I brought around a notepad and pen in my front pocket, and I would just write out things that people would say. And so again, if a native speaker is saying it, you can have quite a degree of confidence that that's an accepted Thai phrase or that's an accepted way to say that certain thing within that context. So, because obviously the goal here is to speak like native speakers. That's really the goal that we're aiming for. So the way that people speak is the way that's acceptable. That's the way that we want to try to speak and not just sound like a robot or make up our own Thai, because that's obviously not going to be helpful for those that we're speaking with. So I would just encourage you in that direction, if possible, phrases over vocab words. And then the last thing that I would say is really just that there's no silver bullet, there's no shortcut to learning Thai. I mean, sometimes you see books like Learn Thai in 2 days or 1 week or whatever. That's just not true. I've been learning Thai for about 8 years and I still have not arrived. Like I'm just still learning, always learning new things. There's always new things to learn. But the consistency is what's important. So I would encourage you maybe find videos on YouTube that you find helpful, get books that are helpful for you. Obviously get around Thai people, just immerse yourself in Thai. So the more that you get around it, the more you just force yourself and the more it's gonna come. And again, you're not going to see your growth, but over time you will grow. If you're doing the input, over time there will be output. There will be fruit to that labor. And so I think we could safely say that the road to fluency in Thai, and probably obviously many languages, is marked with blood, sweat, and tears. Okay, so you just got to find ways to stay at it. Again, always having something going in Thai, like never going too long without either listening, reading, speaking Thai, just finding a way to keep it part of your daily schedule, your daily life. Okay, so those are just ways I want to encourage you. I understand that most of you probably watching this video are not Christians, but I'm a Christian and just can't explain these language tips without saying that it is the Lord who has really just aided me in this pursuit of language. I really believe it's God who gives wisdom, God who gives understanding, and so I just have to give credit where credit is due. So again, all these tips I hope you find helpful, but ultimately, it is the Lord who gives knowledge and wisdom and understanding. So again, if you have questions, please feel free to ask. I'd love to try to help you if I can in any way.